Good evening, everyone, and welcome. This is Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey in Hamilton, Ontario. And since it's Thursday evening, I'll be sharing with you the Lake Ontario Radio Club Simplex Net. In our summer schedule, we're meeting 3 times a week, Sunday and Tuesday on a repeater, VA3ZOE on 443.075. Thursday is simplex night, so you're using a simplex frequency of 446.125. And simplex simply means that we're not using a repeater. It's just station to station communication. We're just waiting for the atomic clock on the wall to flip over to 7 p.m. and we'll start taking check-ins. Attention all stations. This is Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey. It's 7 p.m. in Hamilton, Ontario, and now it's time to open up the Lake Ontario Radio Club Net. Meeting on the ZOE repeater currently twice per week, Sundays and Tuesdays. And on Thursday evening, that's today, on 446.125 in simplex. So, without any further ado, we'll take a quick standby to see if there's any mobile, time-sensitive, or priority traffic stations.
Victor Alpha 3 Whiskey Papa Golf.
Now, there's a man with priority. Good evening, Steve. Sorry. Good evening, Chris. It's not you, it's me. You are coming in with a nice, strong S9. So whatever you've done with your X50 in the apartment is doing a fine, fine job. Back to you, sir.
Okay, VA3WPG. Good evening, everybody. Well, I'm just going to make it a quick in and out today because it is extremely noisy on the receive end here. Very noisy. I'm running high power right now. I'm not going to, noise is over. I'm not going to listen over the noise. So I'm just going to be a quick in and out tonight, and we'll be on the repeater net tomorrow. VA3WPG. Have a good evening, everyone.
All right. Not sure what kind of noise you're putting up with, but obviously must have something local and proximate to your area. Noise floor up here is practically non-existent. So anyways, as you said, we'll be back on the repeater tomorrow night at 8 o'clock with our host, VE3LBI, the Friday night ZOE Rag Chew. And thanks again for your check-in. Anybody else, time-sensitive, mobile, or priority traffic? Come on in.
VA3WPG, quick comment.
Yes, sir.
The repeater comes in fine. I just took a quick video on my phone. This is what it sounded like down here. So kind of noisy down here.
I've never heard anything like that before. Okay. Yeah, somebody's operating something. I wonder if one of your neighbors has one of those annoying weather centers. They use something up in this region to communicate between the outdoor sensors and the indoor. Anyways, I hope that doesn't last very long. Okay, thanks for sharing, Chris. And with that, we're going to open up the net wide open. Anybody anywhere with a valid call sign, come on in and say hello.
VE3 LBI. VE3 ZJC.
Okay, two fine gentlemen there. And I see Chuck has logged into YouTube, waving a hand, and he's also indicated that Chris's signal over to him was also an S9. All right, good evening, Larry, VE3LBI, go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, Mac, and everybody else. Just a quick check-in. Not time-sensitive or anything, but I just thought I'd give you a quick check-in for this evening.
Roger, and I haven't looked up on Discord to see if there's any other information on Brian's plans for Sunday.
I have not seen anything else, so I'll leave it up to him. He's coming in sometimes, like I said, he said about a 7-hour drive. Excuse me. And
Yeah, very good, very good. I just find it really extremely unusual that a ham operator doesn't have either an HT or a mobile radio that accesses UHF and VHF. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, I guess it's up to him. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what to say. Most of us do something. You can grab an HT and take it with you. But I'm very surprised. So I've asked him a couple times if he could possibly borrow one and bring it with him. I thought probably the best spot would be the ZOE repeater. So we'll leave it with him and see what he comes up with.
Well, you never know. I know one guy's got a couple of extra Bowfangs kicking around. NFG. He's got a Bowfang that he's threatening to run his car over, but maybe donating it to a visiting ham might be a better fate for the radio. All right, Larry. All's well with Brenda.
Yeah, she got approved today for the physio, so I was quite surprised how it actually works. She explained it all to me, and I didn't realize the background behind how the funding goes into OHIP, or sorry, it comes out of OHIP, I guess really is the thing, out of the government. So anyways, I got straightened away today, and she's up for another 6 sessions, and she starts that next Tuesday.
Very good. That's good news. Excellent. All right. Thanks for sharing. And we always like to hear good news. Okay, let's take a trip downtown. VE3ZJC. Go ahead.
Good evening, Mac, Larry, Chris. Anybody else check on the YouTube? Anybody else is listening? It was a day today. I'm glad that the workday is over. This is probably one of the most trying work days I've had in a very, 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 very long time. Other than that, nothing exciting. I don't know what Chris's noise is, but I agree that is absolutely awful. I don't know if anybody's got an HF rig running with a waterfall on 20 meters, but my waterfall looks like absolute garbage here with an S7 noise level again. I don't know if it's something in the house or it's just the bands. And the wind today decided it didn't like my doublet anymore. So when I got home, there was some wire and some ladder line sitting across my backyard, and now I got to get a ladder out and fix that at some point. So it has definitely been a day. Chris was actually full scale to me. I don't have an S meter on this. Mac, you're up and down like a yo-yo from almost full scale down to 2 little bars at the bottom end. And Larry was holding steady at about half scale for me here. I'll send it back.
Yes, Larry has a nice stubby antenna that's pretty rigid, and my high gain antenna flails around in the wind like a buggy whip. So be it. We take advantage of the good days when it stays still, but yeah, I can well imagine what you're getting on your end. I see it on the receive, but not to a great extent. Anyways, glad to see that your worst of the worst is over, and I guess Friday being your work from home day, you're looking forward to the weekend as well.
Absolutely. This weekend cannot come quick enough. And then 2 short work weeks next week, and I'm on the road again Wednesday, heading out to the East Coast. So gotta get some radios programmed for repeaters and stuff along the way and out through the Maritimes, and laundry, packing, all that stuff, and charging batteries, because by my calculations, I should have time at some point Saturday or Sunday, probably Sunday, to do a park activation out by Cape Breton, and then potentially either late Tuesday or early-ish on Wednesday. I know people are working, but make it a park activation in PEI. We'll see what what transpires when I'm out there.
And if your battery runs flat, you can always line up a bunch of potatoes and create your own vegetable battery. I'm sure you could do it. Speaking of Nova Scotia and the East Coast, VA3IMW is now touring Nova Scotia, so he's activating parks out there as well. Goodness gracious, you may just run into the gentleman. And Mother Nature gave you the inspiration to make your doublet even better. That's an opportunity, not a problem, right?
Yeah, I guess I could look at it that way. Although it did perform fairly well for me. It was a heck of a lot quieter than the NZ half wave that I've got slung out there, just on a different angle for east, west, north, south kind of cross-eyed stuff. I don't know. Yeah, I could look at it as an opportunity. We'll see what's what, and I'll get it back up. Probably not before I leave. I'll probably just coil it all up and deal with it when I get back. Sir, thanks for doing this one. I'll send it back and see how many more you can get. The E3 is at JC back to that.
Yeah, I was just waiting for the repeater to drop, and it didn't. All right, all the best there, and I'll live vicariously through you for tomorrow. My days of work from home are long over, so I'm just looking forward to good traffic conditions up and back. All right, that's the end of my list so far. Let's see if we can bring in a few more victims out there listening. VA3IMW, standing by for any further check-ins.
Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu.
Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu. It's Thursday, and every week I get the pleasure of saying, what a great job you did last night on the net. So let's thank you one more time. What's going on today? Any DX stuff going on? Or is conditions just dismal and you're frustrated and you want to tear everything out by the wires and sell it off?
Hey, Mac, thanks for the compliment. And yeah, that second one sounds pretty good. I tried listening. The most active band is 20. When I checked, I don't know, half an hour ago. And geez, I could barely hear one or two stations. Can't hear any contacts on POTA on the map there, on the spotting page. Yeah, but the numbers are showing they're not too bad. We're up upwards of, I think, 158 for sunspots, which we haven't seen in a while. So that looks promising. Maybe when the sun goes down, and temperatures are cooling off. My goodness, it's 23 degrees right now outside my place. And so, wow, I'm going to have to go put a sweater on. From 35 down to 23. Yeah. So that's a warm, or a cool welcome, I should say. And yeah, I'm hoping once we get on, maybe closer to 8 o'clock or sooner, maybe band conditions will change. And I had the pleasure of stopping in today on 7.100 and saying hello to Colin, who does the Transprovincial Net from 2 to 3. And then from 3 to 4, it was Rick, VE3BK, and Marty, VE3QEE, running the remote radio station that's down by the water, by the lakefront there. Marty was at the Warplane Heritage Museum, I think, and he was running remote through there because they don't have any antennas at the warplane anymore. And so that was a lot of fun. They were both tag teaming. Mind you, there weren't very many people on today. I know Colin said he only got three or four check-ins, and that included me, Rick, and Marty, and then Barry for the whole hour. So it's kind of, I don't know, disheartening to not have anyone key up. I know I don't like hearing crickets when I call out, so I can just imagine. Back to you there, Mac.
Yeah, Roger that. None of us likes dead air, to say the least. And yeah, I guess even the old time hammies in the summertime, they take a sabbatical and they figure everything else is shut down. But yeah, it's I'm sure that Colin is used to having it hot and furious or dull and sparse between contacts. So I guess he'd make a great POTA activator because it's either feast or famine.
Yeah. Well, those guys have a lot of patience, you know, Marty and the older hams that have been doing that for a while. So, but I did notice 40 meters was quite noisy. I had my receive amp off, and I was getting an S8 to S9 noise floor, which normally I'm usually down to S5 in that area for noise. And so, yeah, it wasn't the best conditions, but you get what you get, right? So, well, thanks for doing this one, Mac. Let's see now, what else is new? We scrapped our other car because the wife got another vehicle, and I told her today she had the car parked at a friend's, and she called the wrecker to come pick it up. And the thing is, she had a brand new battery put in that car just a couple months ago. And so I said, take the battery out. I want it. And sure enough, it is brand spanking new. It looks like she just picked it up off the shelf at the store. So I've got that here, running various radios that I want to hook up to it, as well as the solar charger. And yeah, so it means I don't have to, it's heavy, but I don't have to move it around. I don't have to carry it with me. And so it's going to work great here at home for emergency power and such.
Yeah, it's always a good idea to evaluate the new stuff you put into a vehicle before you let it go to the wreckers. I know I let go of a truck, and I did exactly the same thing. The battery was one I wanted to keep, and it's an AGM, one of the gel batteries. I'm actually running it in my current pickup truck, so those things are reliable beyond a fault. And then I had an old Volvo that I scrapped out some years ago, and I not only took the battery out of it because it was in really good shape, it was also an AGM, but I drove it in, and I told the guys I want the battery and I want the rims and tires off it. So they paid me the nominal fee, and they deducted a very small amount for me to take the rims and tires, and the battery I found a good use for otherwise. And rims and tires I put on Kijiji, and I sold it to another guy that had a similar year Volvo, and he was tickled pink to have a full set of aluminum rims and tires. So yeah, you can make out like a bandit if you spend a little bit of time and effort just to salvage all the good stuff. Well, a car or truck that served you well over the years is headed for the happy hunting ground.
Yeah. You gotta think of those things. The other car that we scrapped before there had Pioneer speakers and a subwoofer, so I took those out of there as well, and yeah, made use of those. So, but this battery, I mean, the old battery in the car, We had to buy a new battery because the other one was just died completely. I had to boost my wife in the morning, and just so she could go to work. And so we had to get a battery. Now this battery cost a little over 200 plus tax. You might as well say close to maybe $240, and it's only 2 months old, maybe even less. And yeah, I am going to make good use of it, and he won't see the outdoors, so it's going to stay nice looking for a while, except for a little minor dust that we get inside here, so it's all good. Quite stoked about it. Haven't put the Yaesu 857 on the battery yet, but I plan to do that at some point here.
Okay, very well. Would be interesting to compare signals between your running it on your power supply and running it off the battery. This battery is going to give you a nominal, let's say, at a full charge, it'll give you 12.4 volts, I guess. Yeah, that's the only benefit of running these LiPo batteries, because they'll actually run closer to 13 volts, and then they'll maintain that voltage until you're down below like 40% overall charge. Whereas a lead acid battery or those type, as you drain down the battery, the voltage drops as well as does the amperage. So yeah, much more experimentation that you'll be able to see the effective usage. And of course, you should never get to a destitute point if you're always running your solar panels, so that it can replenish and recharge while it's in use. Anyways, Chuck, certainly appreciate your check-in tonight. Anything else before we move along?
No, I was just waiting for the repeater there, and just like you. No, that's it for me. I'll let you see who else is out there. Thanks again, Mac.
Okay, and recognizing VA3NFL, he's a YouTube check-in tonight. Trust all the grass cutting and the beer drinking is going well out there, and working the days that you want. And hopefully the dinner bell rings and something on the table is good for your soul as well as your tummy. All right, let's take another standby, see if we can coax another one or two in there. VA3IMW standing by for any further check-ins.
VA3 DCS.
VA3IMW.
Okay, there's two more. VA3 DCS, Dave, good evening, and how are you doing today?
Oh, doing well. Kind of noticed it's cooled off a bit this evening, so looking forward to possibly cooler temperatures overnight.
So cool, in fact, when I left the office in Guelph, the temperature gauge on the dashboard showed 19 degrees Celsius. I heard Chuck say that it's now 23, at least down where he is. But yeah, it was a little cooler up in Guelph. I guess they're a little bit north of us, but yeah, nonetheless, a little rainstorm came through this morning, pitter-pattered for quite a while. And then I was concerned it was just going to drive up the humidity and become muggy, but with the temperature cooling down at the same time, I think we're all able to exhale.
Yes, very rightly so. I know I took the dogs out a little while ago to the backyard, and I thought, oh, okay, it's even cooled down more than when I got home at 5:15. So just looking at the temperature, it's supposed to dip down to 17, 16 tonight in this area, so maybe that means the window open.
Yeah, wouldn't it be nice? Turn off the air conditioning, open the windows, get a nice breeze blowing through the house. Ah, yes. Yeah, good weather for sleeping. All right. Another day for you in the office tomorrow, or are you working from home?
Another day in the office until mid-afternoon, and then I have to go to a client to reconfigure their firewall for them.
Oh, perfect. A mid-afternoon assignment, and everything can go wrong at the wrong time on a Friday afternoon. I hope things go well for you.
Oh, I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will. It's not a huge change. Just gotta basically break their current internet connection and set up a second internet connection, and then put them into a what do you want to call it? Like a software-defined WAN, so they both work together, and if one goes down, the other one takes over, so they can kind of flip back and forth.
Oh, okay. So you're being able to bring in two optional internet providers. So if one bogs, or if they happen to use Rogers, that's a bad joke. Yeah. So it's not just two gateways with one provider. It's creating two gateways with the two separate providers.
Yes, correct. It'll be. They currently have Cogeco. It's a medical practice, and a couple of months ago, the Cogeco went down for quite some time, so they kind of rely on the internet to access their medical platform, which is web-based, and they couldn't do so. So they wanted. They then decided that they needed a backup internet connection. So if one goes down, the other one will take over, and they will not lose their connectivity.
Well, that's good news overall. Yeah. Yeah. When things go really sour, I just create a virtual hotspot with my cell phone because TELUS never goes down. Not knocking on wood right now. All right. Very good, Dave. Trust you have a safe trip to and from wherever you're headed. And hopefully your installation goes well tomorrow afternoon. And you're home before the boss even knows that it's quitting time.
Oh, I hope so as well. So I should be home by my own quitting time. I hope to be. It should only take me maybe half hour, 45 minutes at the most, to set it up and do the testing for the failover. And that means I will be I have to travel home. So who knows? It might take me 5 minutes to get home. It might take me half an hour. It all depends on the traffic.
Yep, there's the unknown variable. And there's another 300,000 individuals that could make that one mistake that can either make or break your trip. All right, Dave, any other traffic for us before I move over and say hello to Steve?
Nope, no more traffic here. Thanks for doing the net there, Mac. And we'll be kind of listening along until somebody sings a song, I guess.
Oh, the large lady does all that squawking? Okay, very good. All right, let's bring in Steve, VA3IMW. Good evening.
Good evening, Mac, and everybody on net here. I would have checked in about 10 minutes ago. I was sitting on the back deck here, and I thought, it's getting chilly out. So I ran downstairs and put on some track pants. I got rid of the shorts, and now I'm thinking about putting a long sleeve sweater on. You saw 90 on your temperature display, is that right?
Yep, Guelph was 19 degrees at just after 5 p.m.
Wow, that's quite a temperature difference. Like, I know that is a little bit north of here, but it's not that much north. Like, I think at 5 o'clock, it 5 o'clock?
Yes, sir. 5 o'clock. Yeah, I've noticed some strange things between here and there. I've seen days when it's been in the range of 24 to 25 degrees, maybe 23 degrees by the time I get to Clapson Corners. And if I go down the hill, depending on the weather conditions, it could drop down to 20 degrees or 18 degrees by the time you hit the bottom of the hill, just by the influence of Lake Ontario. In other cases, the heat seems to stay close to the ground at lower elevations. So sometimes chilly up in Guelph and gradually warming. So say 18 degrees in Guelph, 20 degrees by the time I reach Clapson Corners, and then down the hill to reach 24, 25 degrees. And then, it's weird. It all depends on wind direction and what the sun is doing, what kind of clouds we have in the sky. Yeah, a ton of things. But that's what I saw. 19 degrees in Guelph, and obviously it warmed up getting closer to home.
Yeah, roger that. I mean, well, there was more cloud cover 10 minutes ago than there is now. The sun did pop out for 5 or 10 minutes, but we're back to cloud cover again. So it almost feels like rain. Are we expecting to get a rainfall this evening?
I haven't checked the weather forecast. I have no idea what's coming. As a matter of fact, I did check the weather app on my phone this morning, and I didn't see any indication that we should have expected rain earlier in the day. So when I heard it start to team outdoors, I was a little surprised. So, but no, for the most part, unless it's tornadic activity, I try not to pay too much attention to what the weatherman say, because they usually lie.
Yeah, roger that. Yeah. Their reputation is not the greatest. I wouldn't want to be a weatherman, that's for sure. So my day tomorrow is off. I'm off tomorrow, so I will around the house, and that's about it. Other than that, I'm going to get off of this deck here. I'm getting goosebumps standing out here. Any case, fine job there, Matt. Thanks for doing the net, buddy, and keep up the good work. VA3IMW, VA3IMG.
All right, put on the kettle, have a nice cup of tea, warm your soul. It'll soon be Shreddy's time, and your signal was crazy all over the place. I'm sure my antenna's flopping around quite a bit, but you were anywhere between an S1 and an S7. So between our prospective radio equipment, some quite a bit of a variability. Anyways, thanks for checking in with us tonight. And let's make another call. It's 7:33 on the big world radio, or world clock. And we got lots of time. VA3IMW standing by for any further check-ins. And don't count your chickens before they're hatched. Absolutely, Chuck. You're absolutely right. All right. With nothing else heard, we'll just take a quick standby for any last-minute check-ins, any rechecks, or information or announcements. Feel free to jump in. Nothing heard. All right, we'll turn this frequency back to normal amateur use then, and thank you one and all for your check-ins tonight. Certainly appreciate the time that you spend to come in and say hello to us. We'll be back on the ZOE repeater at 8 o'clock tomorrow night, with our host, VE3LBI, Larry, on the East Mountain, for the Friday night ZOE Rag Chew. All right. With that, the net comes to a close, and so does the live stream. 7-3s, one and all. That's how we say goodbye.